Everyone welcome Judge Alex to the stage.
Once again.
There we go. Thank you very much. Sorry I'm late. Tristan gave me a Band-Aid for my boo-boo. And this being a health expo, it fit right in. How's everybody doing? Good. How many of you were here last year at the expo? Oh wow, quite a few. A lot of you weren't here, so welcome. Last year when I was invited, and I always love coming to Oklahoma City. The people here are just so friendly. I'm from Miami, where it's nice, but the people aren't quite as friendly as Oklahoma City. But last year when I was here, I tried to think about a good topic, a health-related topic to talk about, and I spoke about my wife's health in the vein of personal responsibility for your own health. Because one of the things that if you watch my show, you know I'm very much into personal responsibility, and we don't really take a lot of personal responsibility for our own health, and I use my wife as an example of that. And I gave a short story, which I'm just going to retouch on for a second before moving on, which was about my wife having experienced some serious symptoms that she just brushed aside. And it wasn't until she had these symptoms about 5 or 6 times that she mentioned to me that she was having this real pressure in her chest. And I immediately was going to take her to the hospital, and she said, no, I get them all the time. They go away in like 5 minutes, which was news to me. Apparently she didn't think it was important enough to mention. And when we got her to the doctor the next day, they found a blood clot in her heart that they said could have killed her at any time. And I learned a lot of things. I learned about the fact that women get different symptoms than men do when it comes to cardiac problems. Men tend to get the left arm radiating pain along with the pressure in the chest. The typical description is an elephant sitting on your chest. Women tend to get jaw pain, which they don't always associate, because you always hear about the left arm being a classic symptom of a possible heart attack, but you don't really hear much about the jaw pain, which is more unique to women. So they tend to ignore things. Guys ignore things because we think we're macho, and well, we're not going to go to the doctor, it'll pass. And women ignore it because, frankly, you're way busy. You've got the kids, you've got a job, you've got a lot of things to do, it's going to cost money, etc. So I used my wife as an example last year about that, and I wanted to kind of dovetail with that and talk about, in addition to obviously us having to take personal responsibility for our health and not ignoring symptoms, because, as I mentioned last year, a week after my wife told me about those symptoms, my neighbor across the street, her father, at a party, New Year's Eve, dropped dead from a heart attack. And he had chest pain the day before. And she told him, go to the hospital, and like my wife, he said, oh no, it's probably just heartburn, it'll pass. And they found that he had all the arteries in his heart, the 3 major arteries in his heart were completely blocked. So it kind of, you've all heard that story about the guy who's on a boat in the ocean, and the boat sinks, and he's floundering out there.